Today's project is going to be replacing the long drive belt that goes from the engine to the back on this Toro lx425. These things have two belts. Got the long one from the engine to the back variator pulley, and then there's a short belt that goes from that pulley to the transmission. And the short belt is still good, so I'm not going to replace that, but the long one, it's about ready to break, which I'll show you. So the first thing, need to remove the deck, and then we'll prop the mower up on its side to make it easier to work on. So first of all, I'm going to yank this deck off of here, and then I'll bring you back. Got the deck removed. That was pretty easy. Next thing, you'll take the battery out and the holder, and then that will give me room to grab a hold of the small belt. So we'll get that pulled off and out of the way. Already got the positive removed. Get the negative off of here. Holder removed, and now we can get to the belt, which I don't know if you're going to be able to see that very good or not, but this top one here, that's the top belt, and the bottom one down here, as you can see, there's not much left of it. So the top belt has to get removed first. Alright, I got the short belt pulled off. And a little trick you can do, take a piece of rope, tie it around this arm. There's already a hole there. Stick the rope down through there. That way, and you can pull it through this hole that's underneath the fender. That way you can pull on it, and because there's a spring that keeps pushing this thing forwards, you pull this back and you can hold onto that rope, and then it'll hold it in place, and that'll give you enough room to get the belt removed from that pulley and from the big pulley on the transmission and from the little variator pulley. Alright, I got it propped up on its side. It's not going to fall anywhere. And the first thing, the engine pulley is going to have to come off because the belt goes around it right up there. So we'll get that removed. I don't have an impact wrench, so I'm going to do it this way. Maybe. There we go. And hopefully this is not frozen to the shaft, because otherwise I'm going to have to beat on this thing to get it to come loose. Oh, perfect. It's already loose. This has to come down. There we go. Awesome. Move the camera over here out of the way. It's got to go around that. There's a little bolt. I don't know if you can, probably won't be able to see it. A little bolt right there. That's holding it. Need to get that removed. What is that? Feels like it's a 10 mil. Must be some kind of a guide. Hopefully the nut ain't on the other side of it. Maybe I can just get it loose enough to wiggle the belt past, or maybe not. Oh, it's loose now. There it is. That slides right off. Remember the way the belt goes through here, because when it was like this, this went straight across. And this has to go through the pulleys. And then you can remove it from the variator pulley right there. I'm going to see if I can reach it from the top. Have more room. You don't want to make this easy for her to work on, that's for sure. Now it's off. There we go. You can get a better look at this belt. You can see she is about ready to snap. Alright, let's get the new one on. I ran into a problem. This new belt will not go on the little pulley because they got some guides holding it. So I pulled the tire off. There's 3 little bolts that's holding the variator pulley on. I'm going to loosen those and see if I can slide it away from the frame to make it, or give it a little more room, hopefully. Well, maybe not. Might just have to take it all the way loose. You can see what I'm trying to do, because it's got to go through that frame right there. I got to be the easiest thing. See if I can just take this all the way off. Maybe I got it loose enough. Probably not, but nice to wish it did. Well, almost. I can get it to squeeze past this guide. That seems to be the pain in the butt. There it is. Cool, okay, it's on. Let's put this back together. Well, now we put through all this. Let's see, first of all, we will see if we can run it through here. There's another guide bolt right there. I'm going to take that loose. At least with the old one, it slid right past it. This new one is thicker. It doesn't want to, so we'll remove it and be sure we get it, put it back on there. Alright. We got to fish this through the pulleys. That went that way, and this one goes this way. Which, there's not enough room, I'm going to take that off. It's the right size, nope. At least there's no net on the back side that's going to spin. That goes that way, this goes this way. Get it lined back up. Turn that wrench back around. Goes like that, that goes like that. That goes around the shaft. Be sure I put these back. Let's see, this one goes in there. Hopefully it'll stay so well. Let me put this one in first. It's easier to get to. No, wait a minute. It has to go the other direction. That has to go underneath it. Well, I'm gonna put the pulley on first. So that can go ahead and get lined up. Whoops. Look out, parts are flying everywhere. This one might be fun to get to. I can see the stupid thing. Just not enough room for your fingers. And this don't want to stay in here either. I'll bring it back when I get that in. Okay, I got that little bolt in. I just had to use some needle nose pliers and I held it in there and finally got it to thread in place. And there we go. It's supposed to be loose like that because when you push on the pedal, it'll tighten up. Or better anyway. Alright. Well, let's get the tire put back on. Lower this back down. We'll get the top belt put back on. And take it for a drive. Got her all back together. Got this belt put on. Got the battery set back in place. I haven't put the deck on yet because I want to test this to see how it's going to work first. So let's get this fired up and see how it's going to do. Alright. Much better, much better. Ran over a thing. Well, let's get the deck put back on. And it'll be ready for mowing. Deck is back on and she's ready to mow. Alright, that really wasn't too difficult. But it's something that I would not want to do all the time. And for those that happen to want to know, this is lx425 Toro. The deck belt, which is the lower one, takes a 112-0301. The upper one is that number, which if you look it up, that comes back to being a 90.5 inch by 5/8. However, the place that I bought this new belt from, they did not have a 90.5 inch, they had a 90. So that's what I put on there, and as you can see, it still works. So if you can't find a 90.5 inch, you can use a 90. They went from 90 to 91, which I think 91 would be too big. It'll have way too much slop in it. So you can get your 5/8 by 90 and that will work. And that pretty much wraps it up for this. I'll sharpen the blades next time, or maybe in a couple of weeks, because I just sharpened the blades not too long ago and it's still cutting perfect. But anyway, that'll be it for this video.